You're listening to the Golden Age of Piracy on 3RRR. My name's Tristan, and I am talking to Josh Klinghoffer. He plays in a band called Dot Hacker, but he's, well, played around in a few bands. How you doing, Josh?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing okay. So whereabouts am I calling you? Because obviously you're on the line, but whereabouts are you at the moment?
I'm in Los Angeles. I'm in a little corner of Los Angeles called El Sereno.
Okay.
Which is where we recorded the Dot Hacker album, and I'm actually in a studio recording another one.
Wow.
With them.
Indeed. Now,
sitting there looking at the engineer's face while he comps vocal takes through the glass.
Well, he's going to overhear your formative five, which are the 5 songs that most influenced you or inspired you. Now, I should ask you what your first choice is going to be in your formative 5.
Well, it's the newest one I thought of, a song called Surf's Up by the Beach Boys.
Now, this is the Beach Boys, sort of almost on a transition period for them.
Somewhat. It was meant to be the last song on the Smile record that Brian was doing after Pet Sounds, and I guess it got sort of shelved. You know, that whole record got shelved, but that song sort of disappeared until finally being released, I think in 71 or 72 on the album Surf's Up. But there's footage of Brian playing the latter half of the song on a television program that Leonard Bernstein hosted from the late 60s, probably close to when it was written, and I saw that footage somewhere, and I had heard the song before, but when I saw him play it solo like that at the piano with those chords, and being someone that doesn't play, or that never played piano or was taught formally, like just the way he voiced chords and inverted chords and threw different bass notes under chords was pretty fascinating to me, and that's kind of, I started trying to emulate that on the piano, and I still don't claim to be much of a piano player, but I love writing on the piano, and Brian Wilson's songs, and that one in particularly, I can think back to being young and really trying to use my brain the way I think he was.
Well,
and also lyrically and arrangementally, that song has, it's kind of 2 movements, and the lyrics are, pretty their own story. They're kind of just on their own trip. You can follow them or not.
Well, the Beach Boys, Brian Wilson in particular, I mean, with Pet Sounds and Smile, I think it was kind of odd, like on the surface, Surf's Up, it just sounds like it could have fit with what they were originally doing way back when they were just basically writing, surf songs. But there's so much more to this track. Yeah, absolutely.
When to think of it, I think I could tell you a large portion of the lyrics are, but I don't know if I, at the moment at least, can tell you what the song is about specifically. If I have a, it's just funny. I was having that conversation with someone earlier today about the meanings of songs and the meanings of lyrics, and how much of them you understand. And I have such an appreciation for lyrics and writing, but such a strange relationship with it. Like, there are lots of songs that I've never even considered the lyrics or what I think it means. So I just enjoy them.
Yeah.
Which could take us to another song.
All right, well, let's hear this Surf's Up by the Beach Boys. This is number 1 in the formative 5 of Josh Klinghoffer from Dot Hacker.
A diamond necklace played the pawn, hand in hand, son drove the long walk to a handsome man in the town. A blind class aristocracy, back through the opera glass, you see the pit in the pendulum draw. town and brush the backdrop. Are you sleeping? Unmelted, overtaken me. Dim chandelier awaken me to a song dissolved in the dawn. The music holocaust we bow. The music all is lost for now to a muted trumpeter swan. Calling native ruins canvas the town and brush the background. Are you sleeping? Dove-nested towers, the hour was strike the straight quicksilver moon. Carriage across the fog, two-step to lamplight cellar tune. The laughs come hard in old lang syne. The glass was raised to fire and rose the fullness of the wine, the dim last toasting. While at port adieu or die. A choke of grief, heart-hardened I, beyond belief, a broken man too tough to cry. Surfs up, board a tidal wave. Come about hard and join the young and often spring you gave. I heard the word, wonderful thing, a children's song.
So that was Surf's Up by the Beach Boys, and number one in the formative five of Josh Klinghoffer from Dot Hacker. Now, Josh, you chose that song, you're choosing your five tonight, but yeah, you're playing Dot Hacker, but you're also playing guitar for Red Hot Chili Peppers now, and yeah, and your band has seemed to come from, God, such a wide variety of different acts. I'm really intrigued to hear what, you know, the rest of your five is going to be, because you have such a varied career.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's lots of music out there.
There is indeed. All right, so what's your second choice going to be in your formative five?
And another song I really, really love is the song Heroes by David Bowie.
Oh, it's a classic. So what does this song mean to you?
It sounds like a screaming love song, I guess. Somebody just sort of screaming at someone else, you know. These.
I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm right. Just at this particular moment, it sounds like someone screaming to another person. what could have been or what could still be set in this, beautiful, kind of highly romanticized Berlin, late 70s, black and white, Cold War setting that I, romanticize all the time. I don't know, just the images, the wall, like, knowing that they recorded it a couple of 100 yards from the wall, kind of, it's just screaming at someone else or screaming at the world, what could have been. Yeah, there's just something beautiful and simple about the chords and the lyrics. I love it.
As do I, and I think we should hear it. This is David Bowie and Heroes, number 2 in the formative 5 of Dot Hacker's Josh Klinghoffer.
Can swing, though nothing will keep us together. We can beat them forever and ever. Oh, we can be heroes just for one day.
Listening to the Golden Age of Piracy on 3RRR. I'm on the line with Josh Klinghoffer from Dot Hacker. He's speaking from LA, where he's in the middle of recording the next record, and very kindly giving up some of his time to present his formative 5 for you all. So we've heard number 2, David Bowie, Heroes. Where are we going to go with number 3?
Someone sent me a great clip of the band R.E.M. playing this song "Country Feedback" at the British School benefit with Neil Young sort of guesting on guitar, right. And I was looking through a bunch of Neil Young songs, because there's so many of Neil Young songs that I was thinking of putting on this list. But then those R.E.M. songs sort of came up, and it's a song that I often think of when I'm writing words. And again, like the chords of the song are very simple and beautiful, and there's just certain lines in the song that are, you know, in a single line it says everything you've ever wanted to hear, and crazy what you could have had. Yeah, it's so simple, and so again, like I don't necessarily even know. I couldn't claim to know exactly what he's talking about, but I love in writing when you can say so much with so little. And I think the song is so full of that.
I haven't heard this song in years, and you know, surprisingly, I've been doing formative fives with artists for over 4 years now, and R.E.M. is something that I expected to turn up quite a bit, but it doesn't turn up as much as I would have thought. I'm thinking maybe they're due for their renaissance.
Right, no, there was probably just too many great songs to pick from. People get intimidated.
You're a glasses half full kind of guy. I like that. So, well, this is country feedback from R.E.M. and number 3 in the formative 5 of Josh Klinghoffer from Dot Hacker.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Flowers scorched, this film was on a matinee mood. It's close. These clothes don't fit us right. I'm to blame. It's all the same. It's all the same. You come to me with the phone in your hand. You come to me with your hair tight. You come to me, musicians. You come to me with excuses, tucked out in a row. You wear me out. You wear me out. We've been through fake breakdowns, self-hurt, plastics, collections, self-help, self-pain, psychics, fuck off. I was central, I had control, I lost my head. I need this, I need this. Paperweight, junk garage, winter rain, a honey pot. Crazy, all the lovers have been tagged.
So that's a track that should turn up more often in people's formative fives, but luckily tonight it turned up in Josh Klinghoffer's. He plays in a band called Dot Hacker and also is the guitarist in Red Hot Chili Peppers. But Dot Hacker are recording their second album at the moment, and he's giving up his time to play his formative five. Number 3 there, R.E.M, Country Feedback on the Golden Age of Piracy. So where are we going to go with number 4?
To Australia, I suppose. Nick Cave is a writer that I absolutely adore. I just listened to a podcast that he gave out here in LA about his writing, the process behind his writing, and his practices. And he's just someone that I think can do no wrong. And this song is the writing of this song is something that I don't ever do. I don't write songs in this style, but I hope to, and I just love the story that he says. It's still a bit vague here and there, but it paints a perfect picture. And on this podcast, he was talking about how he has to sort of write that way, and he wishes he could stray from that at times. I love listening to this song. I love imagining the story. I love imagining the apartment where it's taking place, or the streets where it's taking place, and everything about the song I think is perfect.
He is one of those songwriters that constantly tries to challenge his songwriting and refine his songwriting. It's a very important part, and he makes it very clear that he does have to work at it. And
he says he said he'll put a date in the calendar, and he'll enter his office or his room on that date with nothing, and he'll toil and suffer for 3-4 months and emerge with something at the end of it. Constantly comes through with wonderful results.
Yeah, there's a story of when he was living in Brighton in the UK, and apparently he set up an office, and he would get dressed every morning, pack his briefcase full of notes, and go to his office and sit there between 9 and 5, stop for lunch, just to write a song in a very structured environment, to try it that way. And it's just fascinating.
I think he does. I think he still does that. That's what he talks a lot about in this interview that I listened to. And there's something about that I just love, and I'm trying to strive for these days, because I've always been the exact opposite. And a lot of the songs that I've written lately and written on the first Dot Hacker album are songs that some of them have been written 10 years before, and then some of them have been written a week before, and they're sort of all over the place, and I always wind up pulling them together somehow, but I do really want to sort of improve my work habits, I guess, or my writing habits, if you will.
Yeah, his ghost looms large over a lot of songwriters, and especially in Australia as well. He's very highly revered, and people really take notice of his songwriting. But I'm glad that it has that international reach as well.
Yeah, it absolutely does.
All right, well, this is Are You the One That I've Been Waiting For? Nick Cave. Comes off his Boatman's Call album, but it's brought in tonight, chosen tonight by Josh Klinghoffer from a band called Dot Hacker.
I felt you coming, girl, as you drew near. I knew you'd find me, 'cause I longed you here. You're my destiny, is this how you'll appear? Wrapped in a coat with the tears in your eyes. Well, take that coat, babe, and throw it on the floor. Are you the one that I've been waiting for? time my heart it will reward me, that all will be revealed. So I've sat and I've watched, and I sage Thor, are you the one that I've been waiting for? Out of sorrow entire walls have been built, out of longing great wonders have been willed. They're only little tears, darling, let them spill, and lay your head upon my shoulder. Outside my window, the world has gone to war. Are you the one that I've been waiting for? Oh, we will know, won't we? The stars will explode in the sky, but they don't, do they? Stars have their moment, and then they die. There's a man who spoke wonders, though I've never met him, he said. He who seeks finds, and who knocks will be let in. I think of you in motion, and just how close you are getting, and how every little thing anticipates you. All down my veins, my heartstrings call. Are you the one that I've been waiting for? Are you the one that I've been waiting for?
So that was Nick Cave, Are You the One That I've Been Waiting For? A beautiful track, but also number 4 in the formative 5 of Dot Hacker's Josh Klinghoffer. Now, we've heard 4 of your formative 5, which means we've got 1 left. What's your 5th choice going to be?
Well, I thought if there was any song that sort of summed up a song throughout my life that kind of always has had the same effect on me, and always, reminded me why I want to write songs or play music. It's just Louis Armstrong's version of What a Wonderful World.
Wow.
There's a great version of Nick Cave singing it with Shane MacGowan that I also recommend. But it's Louis Armstrong's version of this song. Every time I hear him talk about what is the line now? I can't think of it. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. I have a incredibly strong physical reaction every time, like somewhere between, almost about to cry and, hot and cold, somewhere in between those two. And it's happened to me since I was, since I can remember, since I was 5 or whenever I heard the song for the first time. And it happened to me yesterday, which is, why I want to play music and write songs. So, yeah, I could say that this song is one of the, if not the most influential, because it also is just such a wonderful saying, but it's so sad.
Unfortunately, this song has been played so often in so many different contexts that I think it's almost lost its impact. Whereas, you really have to take time out and sit back and listen to it as what it was and what it is. And it's a very strong song.
Yeah, absolutely. And, yeah, it's been used in films or in movies and different contexts, and it sort of always has different. It always brings to mind different things, but it also always, for me, has that same emotional effect.
Mm. Well, let's sit back and take it for what it is, rather than attached to a commercial or a piece in a film. This is Louis Armstrong's "What a Wonderful World," number 5 in the formative 5 of Josh Klinghoffer from Dot Hacker. Here's Louis Armstrong.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I never knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
So that was Louis Armstrong's "What a Wonderful World," number 5 in the formative 5 of Josh Klinghoffer from Dot Hacker, and a perfect way to round out a very, well, great selection of songs as a formative 5. Thanks so much for playing those.
Absolutely. Thank you for playing them.